What up, what up? Christian from the Top Hat Chris Show. It's been a while since we've made a podcast. At work right now. A little bit of downtime waiting on machines. Just figured I'd create some content. Plan on having some new podcasts end of this weekend, hopefully, at the very latest. Just been so busy. Been installing a fish tank every weekend for the past couple weeks. Picking up new clients left and right. If it keeps up at this rate, I'll have to quit my job before I know it, which is kind of cool, kind of scary. Closing on a house here soon. Enough about me. I had an interesting topic I wanted to talk about. Kind-a-ness. And I don't really think it gets as much attention as it should. A really cool example, I guess, is we have this dog. She's like kind of a rescue or whatever. Came from like a kill shelter, and where our other dog is really well trained. You know, this dog's still sort of a puppy, kind of like 10 months old. Very rambunctious. You know, still have to it doesn't really get everything quite yet. Whereas our older dog, she's like 10, 11. She knows that if you are walking up to the door while she's outside going to the bathroom, she'll start to walk up to the door, like that sort of thing. Where we've trained the other dog, to listen, like, kind of with aggression, I guess, like, come on, let's go. Where if she's taking a long time or if she's not listening or something, sort of get a response out of her that way. Whereas the new dog, the puppy, totally shuts down anytime anybody raises their voice. It's kind of weird. It's kind of cool, I guess, because it forces you to be nice to it. So it's like, come on, Millie, let's go, freaking out on her. She just rolls over on her back and like submits, and it's just like, okay, come on, Millie, come on. You gotta say it in a nice tone, otherwise she doesn't come, which is cool, but like we don't think about that with people. We think that we're gonna get a positive reaction out of people by treating them negatively or even talking to them in a condescending tone or a negative tone, or even with just negative intentions. And I think that it's just like the stupid situation with the dog, but it's like, I wonder how many people do that with people. They expect to get a positive result out of other people by not using kindness, and it doesn't always work, but I think people should try it more often. Maybe they'd be surprised at how much positive feedback they would get from positivity. Go figure. But I know that I just try to be as kind and as positive as possible. For example, I just got some hate on a post today. This guy got a 30-gallon reef tank, and I absolutely love this setup. It's just such a cool look, very modern looking, very clean, and I posted it, and some guy commented on it, weak, and tagged one of his buddies in it. And I was just like, wow, okay, whatever. So I responded, and I said, well, luckily it's not your setup. This customer is extremely happy with his tank. If you'd ever like a non-weak setup down the road, please give us a call. Not like, I didn't really put any negative. I didn't intend to be negative. And then he responded, he's like, oh no, I'm sorry. It's just an inside joke that me and my buddy have or something. And I was just like, okay, cool, like whatever. I didn't really care anyway. But I could have gone out of my way to say something negative back, and he would have responded back again negatively, which I would never do something like that, yet alone do something like that on my business page. I just don't believe in it. But some interesting trends too, like just even like I've been comment surfing on like Instagram and Facebook, like, and fish tank related pages and stuff like that, and kind of noticed that like people don't like negativity. And it's just like interesting because of all this, internet is all cyberbullying and yada yada. And I think, there's a lot of both, but maybe it's just the reefing community, the fish tank community, But everybody is just so like positive and uplifting and more than willing to help anybody if they have a question or something, which I just think is really cool. You know, I'm sure every hobby is like that to some extent, you know, but I've never really seen somebody, at least on like Instagram or forums related to fish tanks, you know, people go in there because they want to see other people's tanks. They want to see other, you know, ideas or stuff that they don't have yet, or, you know, things that they want to plan to have one day. And there's just no room for negativity, which I think is really cool, because I've actually seen a couple situations where someone's like, oh, maybe you shouldn't show your face in a video again or something, and like people just lambasted them, like, delete your account, like, don't be rude to people, he's just trying to, you know, do his thing, and just leave him alone. It was just really cool to like see people stick up for somebody who, I don't know, he could have been on the other side of the world for all we know, you know. It's just like people from everywhere. I only have like, you know, 1,500 followers, but I have people from China, India, you know, Australia, the UK, Canada, and of course in the United States as well. But it's just like very cool to interact with people all over the world within seconds, you know. Like, hey, I'm here in Canada and I saw one of your tanks, like, that's so cool, I'm gonna try that. And it's like, wow, to inspire somebody thousands of miles away is just really cool. And, you know, obviously I just want the best for everybody, you know. I'm not gonna build the biggest building by tearing everybody else's down. I want to build the biggest by building the biggest, and that's the best way, in my opinion, to go about it. That's not my quote, it's somebody else's, but I believe in it. So, you know, positivity, kindness always wins, regardless. Negativity can win short term, it can, but, you know, to go down in history, I'd rather go down as somebody who was just kind. And I think that's it.